chini waheshimiwa kidogo. Nakubaliana na nyinyi ya kwamba tuko na matatizo ya walimu. But we made a policy decision, which I want to repeat. Part of the problem we have is that most of the teachers in many of our pastoralist areas are Kenyans from other parts of the country. And what happens is, whenever there is a small incident, they take off and they go back home. Then the children in northern Kenya are left without any teachers. I know we must rationalize teachers, and I made a commitment that we will hire additional teachers. I think the first 30,000 will be hired next year, early next year. We will make sure that as we hire the 30,000 teachers, we will give a commensurate, allocation to our pastoral areas. But long term, I want the leaders from pastoral areas to identify teachers from pastoral areas to go to college and come and teach the children of those pastoral areas. I took the initiative myself to get almost 100 students to college, and I paid for them from Tana River, for example. But you have CDF. Let us sponsor, and we are going to make a deliberate affirmative action to ensure that teachers from pastoralist areas get an allocation in all our teachers training colleges. The Ministry of Education has very clear instructions to make sure that we get more teachers trained from pastoralist areas so that they can go back and teach in our primary schools and even in our secondary school in those areas. And when they finish college, we will make sure that they are hired by the Teacher Service Commission. I made this offer before. We got very few people from the pastoralist areas who want to teach because iko shida mahali fulani, sijui ni nini. Musiniambie, good people, ya kwamba tunaweza kukosa watu ambao wanataka kuwa walimu. Because anybody in our pastoralist areas, akiwa na C- ama C something, anaona anaweza kupata kazi kubwa, ataki hii ya... While teachers from other areas, even with C+, they still go to teachers college, surely. Good people. Musirudishe nyuma sana watu ya pastoralist areas. And you see, the problem with what you're saying, if we take teachers who are of lower education qualification, you will actually be mainstreaming the lowering of education in our arid and semi-arid areas, which long-term works against the interest of arid and semi-arid areas. You must be willing to persuade those people who have good grades to be teachers from arid and semi-arid areas. Tafadhali. And we must all speak to this issue. Otherwise, this problem will not go away. Tunaelewana Lomenen? Bas, asante sana. Vetting na vitambulisho na passport, nafikiri kuna vile tumekubaliana na iko katika manifesto yetu. Tutawaambia vile tutatengeneza so that we make sure that hii maswali mingi inaulizwa tunapunguza, lakini wale watu ambao sio wa Kenya tuwajue na alafu tuwapatie wa Kenya wetu vitambulisho pamoja na mambo ya vetting tupunguze. And we have already Professor Kindiki and Aden Duale are working on the framework which will be shared with you as the representatives of our people in the pastoral areas so that we can be able to take care of them. In any case, we are now required as a country even to take refugees to be nationals. So if we can take refugees to be nationals, why don't we take our own people and our own children? So I think this is something that we have already taken a policy position on, and shortly we will engage you so that that challenge can be eliminated. Kuna swali lingine? Yes, Kanchori?
Thank you, Your Excellency. One time you talked about tannery.
Oh, yeah.
Tulete watu wetu kwa malisho mzuri. Your Excellency, umeongea pia mambo ya dams. The first time I was elected in 2015, there was a proposed dam somewhere in Mailwa that was surveyed, everything done, and 100. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kanchori. I agree with you that the whole exercise of leather products is a major issue in all our pastoralist areas. I remember in the conversation we had the people in Kajiado when we came for the economic forum there. Tannery was a very big subject. We will have to rationalize, because even under the NEDI project, we had, I think, 6 tanneries. One in Isiolo, one in West Pokot, one in Wajir, one in Marsabit. I think Governor Mahmoud there knows. So we need to rationalize so that we can create the necessary volumes to support a whole value chain. And Narok can be a consideration. And as we will do in other areas, but we want to centralize the whole leather industry and cotton industry around Naivasha, because we have energy at 5 US cents tariff, and we have free steam. It makes the whole process much more cheaper, much more cost effective, and also we can sell it to the rest of the world as green products coming from green energy. That's the principle we are looking at. But even as we do that, Kanchori, your people don't have to change their political affiliation. This is the government of Kenya. We serve all Kenyans irrespective of how they voted. It really doesn't matter. And on the other subject of dams, I think apart from the 100 big dams, we have another 1,000 dams at a lower category. We will see whether Mailwa, and I know very well that that was in the works, whether it can be captured. It is captured as part of what we must do. Nafikiri, okay, one more lady.
Thank you, Your Excellency. When you were the Deputy President, you had an amazing initiative, the Ushanga initiative in our counties, and I think it is important that you revive it and we make sure that our women in our counties benefit from it.
It is part of our plan, Mheshimiwa. You remember some resources were allocated to it, and then some other characters went and sabotaged it. I want to give you my commitment that the Ushanga initiative was started in my office, and I want to assure you that we have seen the benefits of the Ushanga initiative. It has improved the quality of the products the women are making. It has revolutionized the way the delivery of the different skills and competencies, and of course put some money in many women who otherwise would have no economic activity. So we will not only escalate it, we will provide additional funds, and I request you to help me mobilize Parliament to make sure that it is passed. Okay? So, thank you very much. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana, nitaomba tusimame wima kwa wimbo wa taifa. Niombe, tutakuwa na picha mbili pale nje, Mheshimiwa Rais akinikubalia, picha ya PPG members na vile vile PPG officials. Tafadhali tukutane pale nje.